Happy Monday to all of you. I hope you're doing well. I wanted to check in. It's been a while since I uploaded here at the quartering. I just haven't really had anything to meme on. I don't want to stretch my memes too far. But as today I wanted to celebrate, it looks like we're going to pass 3,000 subscribers already on this channel with minimal side promotion. So that's actually pretty encouraging. That tells me that you all are having fun over here with a bit of the meme, a bit of goofs, a bit of the gaffs. In each video, I find it funny as like with each new goof, there's fewer and fewer people that like don't get that it's a joke. Early on, the videos were flooded with dislikes because people just couldn't get that I'm just kind of having a bit of a laugh, but it seems like people are enjoying it. So we shall continue at this channel. So one thing a lot of people didn't know about I want to expose something I think that people need to know. I'm actually a huge fan of real life heroes. I mean, people that are really making a change. And so I want to, first of all, let everyone know that I happen to like Graham Stark. I like Loading Ready to Run. And they do a great thing with their Desert Bus fundraiser every year, raising money for kids. And it's something I've donated to in the past, and I will continue to donate to it. So just, because he does this great thing doesn't mean we can't have a bit of a meme. It doesn't mean he is protected from being memed on. And I wanted to let you know that this man is a god dang hero. I mean, he is out there being stunning and brave on Twitter, of all places. I mean, one of the most dangerous war zones on the planet, he stood up and rose above the rest to let everyone know that he, in fact, does not support. Now, I want you to all recognize, along with me, how stunning and brave this man is, okay? He doesn't support racial slurs. Now, I know I would never have had the guts to tweet out something like this, but thankfully, Graham is a much better man than I am. I mean, he is a true hero, a Canadian hero. And I thought we should document his heroism because, him and I, we had a little bit of a spat today, a little bit of a disagreement that ultimately ended amicably. See, that's how you do it. You can poke a little fun, but you don't get personal, and everyone can part ways as at least indifferent. So I noticed a tweet from Graham. In fact, I noticed somebody else retweeted it. Might be his most popular tweet to date, so congratulations, Graham. Saying, heads up, if you've never said the N-word in a heated gaming moment, like that's some kind of effing excuse. He's retweeting Ian Miles Chong, who's basically saying, look, Pewd said the N-word in a heated gaming moment. It was stupid. Look, I don't think there's very few people out there who would say, like, using that word is cool. I happen to be on the, imagine this. I don't use that word. I've never have that I remember, maybe when I was a kid. But again, I also subscribe to words have just the power that you give them. Okay? They're just words. And when you aren't a 30-year-old man-child, like a lot of my peers in the MTG community, especially the content producers, you tend to build up this narrative that words have some sort of innate power over you. That they, I mean, every time my doorbell rings, I'm just really afraid that it might be a word out there looking to do some harm. Normally, it's just like the UPS guy or, a Walmart or something like that, Peapod delivering my food. But one of these days, it's going to be a word. And that word is going to force its way into my house and probably commit all sorts of atrocities. And, that is not something that I'm yet prepared to deal with. But I hope it just never happens to me. And what I thought was interesting was, I didn't really come at him directly. I retweeted him. Let's find the actual retweet because I always think it's kind of funny, right? So I retweet him. Heads up if you've never missed, or hands up if you've never missed an opportunity to virtue signal over a complete non-issue. Different takes on this, right? He believes that a word is like out there murdering people, and I'm saying that words don't matter. You're welcome to subscribe to either one of these schools of thought, but I can guarantee you one of them will serve you better in the real world than the other. And this tweet picked up a bit of traction, nowhere near as much as his tweet did originally. And interestingly, after it had about its 10th retweet, maybe 20 or 30 favorites, he responded. And between just us friends here, we all know the only reason he responded is because A, there's a kernel of truth in there, and B, he saw that other people agreed with me. That's the only reason he came to defend it. 5,000 people retweeted his other tweet, and people responded to it. I didn't see him responding to every one of them. However, he took the time to respond to me directly at length throughout the day. In typical holier-than-thou progressive thought, his reply is simply emoji, and we all know how I feel about grown men using emojis. Don't. If you're texting a girl, fine. Don't text other dudes emojis. Sorry. It's not what grown men do. So whatever kind of emoji that is, I think people shouldn't use slurs. I'm surprised you consider this a controversial stance. This is a very typical response from a smug, holier-than-thou type person. What he's saying here, what he's implying is that I have, instead of saying, no, I wasn't virtue signaling, what he's trying to do is muddy the waters and say that I'm cool with people spouting racial slurs, which whatever you want to say in the whatever, that's your own business. I choose not to say them, but I also don't police other people's speech, and neither should anybody, in my opinion. I'm a free speech absolutist. But, it's funny how he replies, right? He basically is saying, like, boy, geez, you must think calling people racial slurs is cool, right? That's his smug response. To what I responded, no shit, everyone thinks that. The point is not everyone feels the need to virtue signal, right? No shit, everybody, most people, if you picked a cross-section of 100 people from the West, 99 of them would say, that's not cool. In many cross-sections, 100 out of 100 would say it's not cool. So why do you feel the need to tweet that? Well, you want people to agree with you. You want people to, like, pat you on the back digitally, likes, retweets. That's why you do this sort of thing. You're not accomplishing anything. You're not saving the world. You're not ending racism. What you should be doing is using that word every day so that it loses all meaning, because it's just a word. And of course, his smug response continues on. Gotcha. Writes down, keep all opinions to myself. Cheers, dude. Thank you for your help with Twitter. Have a good day. Somebody else thinks maybe he should consider not, you know. And here we go. This cucklord Corbin, who's a coward. I know about you, Corbin. I know about you talking about me behind my back, child man. Appreciate the work you've put into the insane responses you've gotten on this. What? What? You're a hero for tweeting that you don't like racism. And this moron is like literally like, dude, you're doing the Lord's work. You're doing the Lord's work. And he says, oh, I don't give blank about likes and retweets. Really? Interesting. I say, my dude, you really feel like it needed to be said that racist slurs are bad? Who did you think needed to be informed exactly? I was literally just making fun of the dude I retweeted. Heated gaming moment isn't an excuse. That's all I said. Right. That's why he tweeted it out, retweeted it to his 25,000 fans. If he just thought something was stupid, maybe you would reply directly to the guy. But when I want to expose somebody or I want to open a conversation, I'll retweet it. I did the same thing to him, right? He goes on later, I say, I'm 100% sure that you responded because there's some level of truth. And he bows out. Basically confirming, in my opinion, that I was correct. Now, is there anything wrong with saying that you don't like racist slurs? Of course not. Nobody does. No civilized human being is in favor of racist slurs unless they're used in some sort of dark comedic way that takes the piss out of them. What PewDiePie said is not a good word, but context matters, and it just wasn't. It's the type of thing that childless weirdos or people who have 4 people living in an apartment splitting rent because they make $250 a month each get upset about. It's a non-issue. We're literally going through the worst series of natural disasters probably in United States history. And the entire internet is in an uproar about what one guy said. One guy said one word. Obviously, it was a stupid thing to say. But I just like to point out when I see virtue signaling. And there's one sure way to know that these people know they're virtue signaling is because they always respond. They always respond because they know you're right. They know that they're virtue signaling. They know exactly what they're doing. And they're guilty about it a little bit. Usually they overcome that with righteous indignation. But people like this and Corbin, Hostler, Chump, they know exactly what they're doing. Oh, I almost forgot. As always, the coup de grace, the cherry on top, the 3 nacho chips stuck together as one chip. So when you take them, it counts as one nacho. As always, SJWs always lie, SJWs always double down, blah, 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 blah. This is literally the guy who says, it's, virtue signaling over somebody saying a word. Less than 24 hours later, his response to somebody is, I'm sorry my words made you mad. They are just words. And I went through the context. It didn't look sarcastic to me. So maybe it was. But if it wasn't, this is like a classic example, right? Just keep bending those rules to fit your narrative. Everyone knows you're paper thin, transparent, but it's still fun to meme on you anywhere, bud. And when they get called out on it, they get defensive because you're not adding anything to the conversation. You're making it worse. By saying this word is so bad, you're giving that word power. Words don't have power. They have the power that you give them. I don't care what it is. Just look at what most rational people are saying about this. Not the people that are perpetually offended. Not the people that hang out with people who are perpetually offended. Nobody cares. And that all said, be nice to Graham. Don't send any hate. Just a bit of a meme. Having a little fun. Hope you enjoyed this video. Thanks for all the support. 3,000 subs and growing. Talk to you again real soon.